somehow, some way, the concept of support player has gotten a little bit distorted and has lost its meaning in, I guess, at least in our group of players. And when I'm talking about this, I'm usually talking about flash bangs and how we use them. That's usually what I mean by, like, if you're a support player, you should be the one that's flashing for your teammates all the time, and you should be the one that's like, you should be the one that's setting up your teammates to make plays and not necessarily making plays yourself. You know, if we're going into a site, you know, if we're trying to go into a site, you shouldn't be going in with everybody else right away. You should be the guy who kind of stays behind. You should be the last one in, to be honest. You should be the guy that stays behind and holds flashes and watches the flank. That should be your job. Like, if we're all going in A main, and, you know, say we put down smokes here.
Laying down smoke. Throwing smoke.
And we're taking a site, and we need someone to flash this. You're gonna be the one that's doing that. Or, like, flash over here.
Bang.
You know, you're gonna be the one that's doing that. That's really your job. Like, Cache is kind of a weird map in this sense, and it's more so shown and demonstrated a little bit better on the CT side of this map. But when you're a support rifler, like when you're going in, when you're trying to go in last, like I like to call this the player or the role like the flash holder. Like, you're the one who's gonna be setting up your teammates to get these smoke kills. Like, you know, if there's a smoke here and you want to go and kill some guy that's hiding in the site, you're gonna be the one that kind of gets back here and flashes into the smoke. You know, throws flashes like that to rape the guy that's like hiding right here, or, you know, just to get this guy the fuck out of the site, or maybe to throw a little bit more of a shallow flash.
Deploying flashbang.
We actually bumped into something, but like a flash more like that to rape somebody that's like playing in this general area, you know, or like, you know, the examples continue. So there's a smoke there, and then you kind of come out here and you flash like that. You need to be the one that's doing that stuff, and you can't just be like going into the site with everybody else and just getting sprayed down. Like, taking a site needs to be methodical, and you need to be the one that's like, you need to be the one that's doing the shit that nobody else is really thinking of doing. Like, more so what I mean is, like, last guy in is going to be watching the flank from A main, you know, because most likely if we're coming out here and we're planning and we're getting a good plant, you know, it's a solid take and we get a good plant, we're going to be planning for A main, so it'll already be planted for you as it is. But someone's really got to watch the flank. And, like, if you're in the site, right, like, say if you're deep in the site with us, then you're not in a position to flash for your teammates as well as you would be if you were here. Like, if you're here and those smokes are down, you have like the perfect setup to use your nades to help your teammates. You know, you get out, you can molly back there to flush that guy out of there. You know, you can molly that to flush that guy out of there. Like I said, you can throw the flashes. If you still have a smoke, you can re-smoke. You like re-smoke this.
Down smoke.
Or you can you can coordinate with your teammate to help set up a crossfire to peek at the same time to kill the last counter-terrorist. Stuff like that. So you don't want to be like, you don't want to be the guy that's deep in the site. Like, obviously there's going to be, sometimes there's more than one support rifler on the team, more than one support player, and you guys are going to be doing different things. But usually, when I'm thinking of support player, this is how I'm thinking of the player playing when we're taking something, and it doesn't really matter what we're taking. It doesn't have to be A. Like, say we're trying to do a mid take, and we throw like, I don't know, I would like for our mid take to be something like throw crisscross smokes. Let me see if I still remember how to throw these.
Throwing smoke.
That one was bad. That was not a good smoke. Pretty sure you line up like that.
Smoke.
Where you throw like, this is how I would like for our mid takes, for us to at least try to take mid.
Throwing smoke.
But like, throw smokes like this to take all of mid, and then have the support player stay back and like flash out
Throwing
mid,
flashbang.
whole flash switch to get us out mid like that. And you know, that's the most systematic way to take mid. You do these smokes to block off all the far angles, and then you throw that flash to rape anybody who's playing at the close angles, and also to get anybody who's playing defense. And maybe if you heard him in vents, you could have one of the A guys, you know, throw the Molotov in there.
Incendiary.
Whatever it might be. To, you know, systematically clear mid, and then once you've done that, like once the support player has done all that stuff, he's got like another flash. So if we're doing that, we're gonna be like splitting B, and then he's gonna want to get himself into another position where he can support his teammates. A good position for him to get in if we're going for a B take would be for him to get into sunroom. You know, the window's gonna be broken, and he can watch the flank and also hold his flash to flash through the window in case we need a flash. You know, in case we need a flash to flash a counter-terrorist retaking like this, or a counter-terrorist retaking from here. Or, you know, say if we're all hiding. If we're all like hiding in our post-plant spots and we want to catch the counter-terrorists off guard. Or even if we're trying to take the site altogether, like if we're just going full on B, you know, we're gonna have some players. We're gonna have the entry fragger come close, and we're gonna have like the second entries. We'll probably have the entry fragger come close, and he's gonna hold the smoke, and then he's gonna, you know,
Laying down smoke.
smoke off CT spawn, and like while that smoke is popping, we're gonna have, you know, we're gonna have this guy, the support player. Maybe he'll
Incendiary.
molly off headshot box and then he'll flash to the window. And he'll coordinate with the entry fragger, so that the entry fragger is like right here, while he's getting ready to go into the site. And obviously the entry fragger is going to be throwing other stuff.
Throwing
He'll
fire.
throw like you can throw like a Molotov like that,
Throwing smoke.
and then, you know, flash for
Deploying
himself.
flashbang.
While at the same time, the support player is throwing the good flashes. These are like the take flashes. Like there's a bunch of different types of flashes, but I think you can narrow it down to like 4 main types. There's like the site take flashes, which are the flashes you have to which is like the big clusterfuck of flashes that you see coming down in pro matches where they're all throwing flashes coming out like this, and they're all blinding everybody, and you know, you see like 5, 6, 7 of them coming over at once, just fucking raping people, and they're in this horrible clusterfuck of flashes that they don't know where they're at. So there's those types of flashes. There's the support player flashes, which are the good flashes, the ones that are actually gonna the ones that are actually meant to be, you know,
Throwing flashbang.
solid ways to blind whoever's in the area that they're, like, how do I explain this? Like, to be able to blind someone who's, like, say someone's in like a more secluded area, like someone's in here. You know, they're flashes that are more concentrated in the sense that they have a specific goal in mind of flashing this player that's playing in this spot to get the kill. To, you know, you just rape them with a pop flash so they're completely blind, and then coordinate with a teammate who can get close and get the kill. Like, say there's a smoke here,
Laying down smoke.
and you know that there's like a CT that's in there, then this guy's gonna support by throwing. Okay, that flash is too high.
Deploying flashbang.
I don't know, throw a flash like that, or maybe come a little bit further back. Like that's probably a better flash. You know, in the sense that he's throwing this flash while this guy is, you know, has his face in the wall, and it pops and he comes out and he's gonna get this kill, like guaranteed gonna get this kill. The only way he doesn't get the kill is if the person that's hiding in here just starts randomly blind spraying their gun and gets the kill that way. But otherwise, it's gonna be a free kill. And after he's done, using this flash wherever it's needed, like it can be anywhere. But that's obviously an important position to hold. You know, another flash you can throw would be like something like this.
Throwing flashbang.
Maybe not as deep. Maybe he can be like in the very back of sunroom.
Deploying flashbang.
I don't know, he'll be a little closer when he
Deploying
throws this.
flashbang.
Yeah, that's a good flash. That's like the ideal flash you would get. You know, throwing a flash like that, which is actually going to be an insane flash for the entry fragger. Like that's going to hit. It's going to get basically everybody. It's going to get this guy. I don't know if it gets this guy, to be honest, because he can see through this, or maybe not. Probably not. It probably won't get this guy. But it'll get anybody playing like headshots, like in the headshot box, or people playing in the site. You know, really good flash. And it's especially gonna catch people who are just in the middle of nowhere, like right here, or under here, whatever. So like these are really good flashes. So that's the second type of flash, the support flash. You know, the one that's a lot more targeted at a specific area. And then there's the self-pop flashes, which are the ones that are like, there's a smoke here, like something like this. And you want to like go through the smoke, so you throw that flash in the smoke. Or like say you're stuck in the site, and you want to get out of here. Like say you're stuck in the site and you want to flash. You want to flash the terrorists that are coming and taking the site. You can throw a flash like this.
Flashbang.
You know, something like that. Like the ones where you're flashing for yourself, basically, is what I mean. Like the ones where you're gonna flash for yourself and peek with it. That's what I mean by like a self-pop flash. And then there's gonna be the flashes that you throw to stop. This is mostly like a counter-terrorist flash where you're trying to stop a rush. Like say you're you're playing some sort of setup where you got one of your teammates close enough to hear them rushing, and you have another teammate playing in here, and you're like, oh shit, they're rushing. Then you can
Throwing flashbang.
Then you throw like a flash that's not designed necessarily. That's designed to slow them down. You're not necessarily going to peek with it. It's just designed to slow the terrorists who are rushing down. Or you know, same thing goes for like if they're, you know, if you hear them start throwing shit mid, then you can throw a flash like that. It's gonna pop flash them, and then it's gonna slow them down. And so they're all gonna be blind, so they're not gonna be coming out with the stuff that they're throwing. Like if they're throwing smokes and molotovs and flashes, and they're coming out, you can throw like flashes that are designed to slow people down, not necessarily to capitalize off of them. But that's how a support rifler, like those are the types of flashes, and you know, a support rifler is gonna take advantage of all of them, but he's mostly gonna, not necessarily all of them, he's gonna take advantage of the ones that are designed for him, the ones that are gonna be like the flashes like this, the flashes like this. Oh, okay, that one's too deep, or that one's deep enough. The flashes like this, or the flashes like this, or the flashes even like this,
deploying flashbang,
or the flashes like this.
throwing flashbang.
Where he's gonna be coordinated with his teammate to throw flashes, to throw like insane pop flashes like this to get people who are hiding in here. So I feel like our support riflers haven't been doing stuff like this and haven't been playing like this. Like I feel like there's never really a designated guy that watches the flank, and it's really that guy's job. You know, he's always gonna be like in the back behind his teammate. Behind his teammates who are in the site, and he's going to be playing back to, you know, watch the flank and to hold flashes for his teammates that are going to be calling for flashes. Like say there's a guy, like they know there's somebody's in here and they want to go and they want to, you know, get the peek and just get information and try and get the blind kill. So this guy's going to be the one that's going to be throwing that flash. Like nobody else is in position to throw a flash like this. Like the teammates in sight, the teammates in here, like I guess this guy sort of could, but it's not his job. Like the terrorists who have taken the site, who have gotten like the entry fragger and the second entry and sometimes the opper, those three guys who are going in and taking the site, it's not their job to be holding flashes for each other. I mean, they would still, if they're in position, they can throw flashes for each other, but the support rifler also plays the role of the flash holder in a lot of situations, and it's in situations like these that he needs to be in. He needs to position himself to be able to, you know, get in position, to position himself so that he can just throw that flash. Like someone says, "Hey, can you flash this? Hey, can you flash the T?" Yeah, no problem. Got you.
Flashbang.
Flashing. you know, it's like... That's actually a really sick flash, by the way, if there's a smoke here.
Smoke.
It's a really sick way to flash. But, like, any of them work. They're not hard flashes to throw, and they really contribute to... They really contribute to your team's success on terrorist side. But say you're playing counter-terrorist side, I feel like players' roles mostly apply to terrorist side, but on CT side they transfer over in a sense, like, and they can use the skills that they've acquired from playing on terrorist side to play on CT side. Like, say the support rifler on terrorist side is like, you know, an A player, and he can also act as like the flash holder. You know, mid's getting wrecked. Okay, I'm flashing mid.
Flashbang.
Or if he's like a mid player, A is getting taken. Okay, I'm flashing
Throwing
A.
flashbang.
Or I'm flashing A.
Flashbang.
Where he's more so using his flashes to support his teammates than he is to, you know, for his own purposes. And we don't really have that. Whoever is supposed to... I don't really know who is our designated support rifler at this moment, but whoever it is, this is how they should be playing. Like, they're... The most important job a support rifler has is using his flashes to support his teammates, and using his nades not to get him kills, but to set up his teammates to get kills, and to set up his teammates to take sites, and set up his teammates to gain map control. He's not trying to do anything for himself. He's just like he basically exists as an entity solely for the success of the team. And it's honestly the backbone of any good team. Like, people might think it's a boring job, or support players aren't appreciated the way that they should be, which is true. They're definitely the unsung heroes of any CS:GO team, but they got to be there. They got to be there, and I feel like that's what we're missing, and that's how it's really hurting our coordination as a team. And this is what's really hurting us when we're trying to take certain places, or when we're getting flanked, or we're getting pushed. Like, these are all things that the support rifler needs to be weary of. He's not necessarily going to get blamed for it either. That's the funny part. It's just, but you know, if an entry fragger comes up here and he just runs out and dies, and you blame him for dying and not getting the kill, but in reality, maybe the support rifler's flash didn't actually work. Like, maybe he threw it.
Deploying flashbang.
Maybe he fucked up his flash. Maybe his Molotov didn't actually. Maybe he didn't Molotov. Maybe he threw his Molotov too high.
Incendiary out.
And it popped, like, maybe it didn't Molotov a certain spot. Like maybe he didn't Molotov this spot, and the entry fragger died from a spot that he didn't think he should have died from. Or maybe the support rifler missed his smoke. Maybe he missed this smoke.
Laying down smoke.
Maybe he missed the CD spawn smoke, so that it's not... Maybe he missed it like that, so there's a gap in this, so the entry fragger comes in and he tries to get the kill, and everybody fucking dies from this guy because the smoke missed. And they didn't think they had to check that area. Like, they definitely don't get any credit for what they do, but they also definitely don't get blamed for losing rounds. But honestly, like, if you're playing this game for glory, you're probably playing the wrong game anyway. So I would like whoever our support players are, players are, I would definitely like them to be doing this more. And for starters, I would hope they would watch the fucking video. But we really need players like this. You know, it's again, like, going like continuing from my discussion about pop flashes yesterday. The possibilities are limitless. There's flashes
Throwing
like this.
flashbang.
Like, there's so many setups that you can have, and there's so many ways for you to support your teammates with flashes like that, to where you can just set them up for so many free kills. It's you might not get credit for it, but you're definitely setting up your team to win. And I don't know, this is what I want to start seeing out of us. I really would. This would really make me happy if we can start incorporating this stuff into our gameplay. And I feel like our we will definitely see huge improvements, and we'll start winning a lot more games, a lot more easily. Once we're getting this sort of internal coordination. But yeah.